What's poppin', people? It's Dante, just walking around Philadelphia here, head towards Dilworth Park. This is a great place in the center of the city. Check it out, William Penn standing on top of City Hall. Love walking through the tunnels. Yeah, it's just a really inspiring piece of architecture. Great place to sort of just get lost in the detail. You know, where the detail of this building is just impeccable. And yeah, forever inspiring to me, where I can walk through these tunnels each and every day and always feel empowered. You know, similarly to going to an elevated surface, I find that going through the tunnels of City Hall, it's just like, I don't know, it's mind-blowing to me every single day just to even know that this structure exists, like, truly. It's pretty awesome. Yeah, I believe it's the biggest municipal building in the country. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, so got the GoPro Mini. The GoPro Mini's going with the super view. I like the super view, you know, you kind of, it's almost like you're in a video game with the POV. Check it out. I've got my camera. I like the wrist strap because you feel more connected to the camera, and I can use the camera in a variety of ways, right? So like, the great thing about having a small compact camera is that I hold it in a variety of ways, right? So like, I can hold it with my middle finger on the shutter, with my index finger on the shutter. And I guess what's cool about this camera specifically is the fact that the shutter button is a bit irregularly shaped. It's kind of like a pill shape, so it seems to be really easy to press. And look, the more I press the shutter, you know, the better. So I think that's kind of my heuristic anyways with photography. It's like, just make more pictures. Like, I think that's the goal. And so thinking of the goal being more pictures, yeah, it just makes sense to press it more. And I like that I can hold it in a variety of ways. I don't know what it is about it, but it's just like, it's more loose and freeing. And I always find that I don't even have to look through the LCD screen. I can kind of just throw it around and yeah, just see what happens. I think it's fun, you know. And I also can just like go back and forth between vertical, horizontal compositions. Looking at this beautiful light today. We have great sunlight, no clouds in the sky. You know, photography is my drug. I need it every single day. Like, genuinely, it's so easy to go out and make photos, so I just make it a point to always make new ones. You know, I've never thought I needed to like slow down at any point. Like, oh, let me slow down and, you know, take it easy. It's like, just keep going. You know, like, I feel like if I just keep pushing and keep making new photos, yeah, something will show, and maybe I'll find something interesting. Maybe it'll take years and years, you know. I could walk around for 10 years and finally find that one photo, you know. Is that the goal? I don't know. I think actually, in terms of like goals and like making photographs, yeah, it's merely to just remain in that curious state. And if you get like one single image that's striking, I guess that's fine. But to me, I don't really like dwelling on old photos as much as I study from them and carry my sketchbook around and think about them. You know, I genuinely think like there's not like one photo that I can point to that I'm like, oh, you know, this photo is better than the other. It's like everything's kind of just a stream of becoming, and to continuously just throw yourself into the unknown and position yourself at the front lines of life is ultimately the goal. So yeah, check it out. What is this? What country is this? Which country?
Kosovo.
Kosovo? Where is that?
Albanians.
Albanians. Okay.
Kosovo is the second Albanian country.
The second Albanian country.
Europe. Two of them.
Thank you. So we're raising the flag today.
Yes.
Nice.
Today is the independence of Kosovo.
Independence Day. Okay.
And where are you from?
I'm from Philadelphia.
Original.
Yeah, original. Born and raised. Hi.
Inutang sa Dokiloy.
Hey, look, I found myself at Kosovo, Albania, flag raising. Yeah, look, you never know what you're gonna find, you know. Look, check out this sculpture. The Masonic Temple and the Horseman. Oh, it's cool to hear the language. Yeah, maybe I should make photographs. Honestly, it's like, it's more interesting when it's over. So like, maybe I'll just come back, you know, in like 15 minutes or something. Yeah, so while they do their little speech, I'll just let them go, and then when it's over, yeah, it's more interesting actually. Like, that's the thing with these like events and photographing places and things and whatever. It's like when there's like a parade, you kind of want to be on the peripheral. You don't necessarily need to photograph the event itself. Like recently we had Chinatown's like extravagant Chinese New Year, where there's lots of fireworks, action, things going on. You know, while it's interesting to photograph those things, I find that the peripherals and like photographing the crowd and finding myself, you know, sort of just lost in the crowd itself and photographing their reactions maybe is the more interesting photo to make, I think, in these kind of things. So like, you know, those people waving the flags, you know, it could be good, but for me it's more interesting once it's over and people are kind of just scattered, you know, like there's something about that. It's a much more interesting approach, I think, when it comes to like events and flag raisings and parades and whatever. But yeah, look, you know, you never know what you're gonna find, and so yeah, it could just be around the corner in your backyard, in your neighborhood. You never really know what's going on. You kind of just treat the camera as the excuse to go out in the world, and yeah, just learn as you go. Yeah, like you can learn through like just going out and just like making photos, talking with people. Like that's, I think, a cool way to learn actually. Like I learn more through just like speaking with random strangers and just like going out and making pictures than I do just sitting at home reading books personally. I mean, I find it much more engaging to sort of just walk through life, snapshot your way through life. So yeah, the peripherals, right? Like the outskirts for me have always been the most fruitful. Like when I photographed in Mexico City, I decided I wanted to climb the mountains and go to these like places that were less charted, right? More uncharted locations, less people, but these places, they're always more interesting, right? I think actually the peripherals, the outskirts, these places are always more interesting to photograph when traveling. You know, it seems that that's where the more interesting sort of stuff lies. The peripherals, the outskirts, and so yeah, look, when you go out with the camera, you're merely asking questions with each frame, and then yeah, just investigate. What is this? Someone $0. I always see this $0 for like the coffee. 8 sugars and 7 creams. Holy, one extra, dude, 8 sugars and 7 creams or something. What that's a, what's that?
Post office?
The port's office?
Yeah. 13th and Market?
15th and Market?
13th and Market, yeah.
13?
Yeah.
13 is that way, or this is 13.
Yeah.
So,
Post office.
oh, the post office. The post office. It's a good, I don't know. Is it across the street? Maybe it's in that building because there's lots of offices in there. I'm not sure though, I'm sorry. But I think maybe inside those doors were the American flag. Yeah, that would make sense. Or, yeah, either there or here, but I think there. Yeah, it must be in there. Yeah, man. Or, is it over here? This is a T-Mobile. I don't think that's a post office. I don't know, man. I seriously don't know where any of these things are. When I get asked questions, like a lot of the times they're looking for like specific offices and stuff, and it's like I never know where they are. To be honest with you, like it's always like, where do I get my passport? Where is this? Where's that? It's like, I don't know. Sorry. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, you're asking questions with each frame, blah blah blah. And also when I go out, I'm just like, what's going on today? You know, like that's another thing. It's like, what's happening today? You know, maybe there's something happening at City Hall. You know, I always make it a point to walk by City Hall because there's always things going on there. you know, specific locations and stuff, you'll always find things happening, and maybe it's good to check it out. So like, I'm just watching the flag raising from here. I'll just loop around and make photos there. But yeah, you know, it's good to just go out and just see what's happening in your town. If something's happening, make pictures, snapshot through life, photograph the peripherals, and yeah, just remember your goal as a photographer is to press the button more. Take more pictures.
Hello citizens, brothers and sisters, Mr. Ambassador, and all representatives of the city of Philadelphia. Today, we celebrate the independence of Kosovo, the cradle of Albanians, the land of bravery and patriotism. On February 17, 2008, at 3:39 p.m., 109 deputies of the Assembly of Kosovo declared Kosovo a sovereign and independent state. At this moment, 10 million hearts in Albania, Kosovo, Macedonia, and wherever there were Albanians around the world join in this unprecedented joy. A joy that generations had dreamed of for centuries. For centuries, blood was shed for this purpose, so that one day we could live freely in our Dardanian lands. As we celebrate 16 years of independence today, we bow before the blood and sacrifices of hundreds and thousands of women and men who fought throughout the centuries without hesitating, even giving up their own lives for one goal. A noble goal for the flag of freedom to flutter one day in Kosovo, so that we may live free and independent in our ancient Illyrian lands. We have to tell our children about the deeds of these heroes. Teach them the history of our land and our people. Talk to them about Isa Bolitini, Shoten Azem Galica, about the legendary Adem Yashar and his family. Never hesitate to pass on to future generations the love for our homeland, for the land and the language that God bestowed upon us. Teach them that freedom is precious, but also very fragile. Even today, 16 years after the Declaration of Independence, our homeland demands that we must be vigilant and careful. Ronald Reagan once said, "Freedom is never more than one generation away from extinction. It must be fought for and protected."
Yes!
The raising of the Kosovo flag today in the City Hall in the city of Philadelphia is an extraordinary honor for Kosovo and its people. Our community is an affirmation of shared values of freedom, peace, and progress. Long live Kosovo!
Yes!
Free, independent, and democratic, in eternal friendship with the United States of America. God bless the United States of America. Happy Independence Day, and may God bless Kosovo. Thank you. Gzuar.
Thank you, Leo. Thank you. Now we would like to welcome Council Member Mr. Michael Driscoll. Mr. Driscoll.